Okay, this is a review of the Motorola Wi-Fi baby monitor with internet viewing. It's pan tilt and zoom camera, room temperature display, night vision. It's model number MBP853. I was looking at the MBS6 something, and this apparently is this year's model and replaces the previous unit. This is £150 on Amazon, and I bought this in Mothercare for £169.99, and once I applied the discounts in the shop it was £159.99. So remote HD 720p, parent unit, baby unit, 2 power adapters, rechargeable batteries in the box. Now the reason we bought this one is we wanted to be able to see and hear the baby, and we wanted it to be easy to use for my wife or the mother and father-in-law if they come around. So my idea is we keep this unit downstairs, and then if we want to check in when we're out and about or somewhere else in the house, we can use the app on our phones. Now this is the only device I could find that did temperature monitoring, iPhone monitoring, and came with its own monitor with pan, tilt and zoom. Let's have a look. One camera unit, the main device screen, mini USB, handy to have one of these, another charger, battery cover, and a AAA battery pack for that. Quick start guide and a user's guide. I'm going to get this powered up on this table now. We'll see what happens before we install it. Okay, so I've just plugged the units in, haven't done any configuration. As you can see on the main display, it has detected the camera. Okay, so it defaults to be able to control it with the pan, tilt and zoom. I wouldn't say it's particularly good in low light, but this is supposed to support infrared. There's a bit of feedback there, so that's for sending two-way communications. Hello. Okay, so we've got volume, hello, up and down. Let's keep that down. zoom. As we've reached the limit of the camera turning left. And the limit of it turning right. So it's not far off, it's probably 300-degree vision. Pretty good. So let's go to zoom. Change it to 1 times. So the pan and tilt works well. Hardly audible. Although it doesn't cope with the low light particularly well. Okay, so what other features do we have? Volume we've covered, zoom, brightness, probably, yep. Just whack that up. Sound. Oh, so you can play soothing music from the PTZ camera. Stop that. Right, this is a bell. I would have thought it would be an alarm. Don't know why you want an alarm at 2 hours, 4 hours and 6 hours though, so I'll read the manual on that. Thermometer, temperature in centigrade or Fahrenheit, let's leave it in centigrade. And camera, so you've got delete, add, view, scan. Now this system supports up to 4 of these cameras, so I would assume this is where you add other cameras. And we have a playback thing, 5 minutes, 30 minutes, 60 minutes. I assume this is so you can have it on, it will go to sleep, and if you hear a noise it will wake up and stay active for 5 minutes, or 30 or 60. So that's the settings, all very simple, nothing really there. This button seems to switch it on and off. Hello. And that is so you can communicate with your baby via here. That's obviously the mic down here. Power button on the top. No other connectors. One thing, I don't know if you've noticed, here it's temperature reading. So now I don't know if that's of the room or of the camera. I mean the room that this device is in, or the room that this device is in. So what I'm going to do is put this in the fridge and see if it makes any difference. I've just put the camera in the fridge and the battery didn't have enough charge. Interestingly, if the battery in the camera goes flat or the power's lost, the base unit will play a siren and tell you it can't find the camera. Okay, so I've run a power cable into the fridge and we now have a fridge cam. So we want to check this temperature. This also gives us an opportunity to check night vision. Of course, it's quite close to products in the fridge, so it's going to have trouble focusing up that close. I think we can safely say it does work. You can see we've been shopping in Asda today, and this is, I don't know what that is. Right, the temperature has now dropped from 20 degrees C to 18. So if that drops a couple more degrees, then I'll be back. Okay, that's now decreased to 16 degrees. Okay, it's now dropped to 14 degrees. I'm now going to take this out of the fridge, as I don't know what temperature this thing should operate at, or how accurate the thermometer is at low levels. I don't want to damage it. Okay, it's now out of the fridge. I have a weather station here. This value is quite an accurate indoor rating, 17.4 degrees C. The Motorola device is currently reading at 14. It has just come out of the fridge, so I'm going to leave this now for 10 minutes, let it charge a bit, and also see if the temperature does rise and how accurate it is. Okay, so it's had 5 minutes to acclimatise itself. I found another weather station. This is reading 17.4 degrees C. This one was reading 17.5 degrees C. And the Motorola device is reading 17. Unfortunately, it doesn't give any decimals, so I'd say it's pretty accurate. Okay, reading the manual quickly whilst this charges. We have an interesting bit on temperature display. The temperature reading from the temperature sensor at the back of the baby unit will be displayed at the top of the LCD screen. The readings will turn red if the temperature goes above 29 or below 14, so it does go below 14 degrees C. The reading will change to HH0C if it goes above 36 centigrade, or LLC if it goes below 1 degree centigrade. So we could have had this in the fridge for a lot longer. Okay, Wi-Fi setup. Uses a cloud-based service called Hubble. Nothing too special about it. So you connect the camera to the router and goes outside to Hubble and then back to your device. I suppose the benefits are you could be outside on 3G, 4G or somebody else's Wi-Fi. No need to be in the house. I hope it's encrypted video and audio. I'm sure it is. We'll find out. Now, interestingly, it doesn't mention iOS devices at all. So I was just about to get the receipt and take it back for a refund, but I thought I would persevere. So if we go to the App Store, here it is, Get Install. I will install this and we'll be back in a moment. Whilst the base unit is charging, I thought we'd test the night vision some more by placing it in a black cupboard. I've also discovered that the main camera isn't battery controlled, so it must have a power supply at all times. Okay, so here we are in a store cupboard full of junk. That's not too bad actually, it's quite clear. Bag of cement, water tap, and the inside of a door. That's actually quite good. The pen tilt and zoom, it's now facing fully upright. So that is the ceiling we can see there, so it's quite an impressive range of movement. Let's see how it adjusts to the door being opened, which I will go and do right now. There we go. There's me. Hi. Good range of movement. Okay, I'm going to install this camera now. It doesn't need a charge in the room, which is upstairs, and we'll see how I assume it must be RF, or if it's over its own local connection, how that holds up. And we'll also see if we can get it set up so we can monitor it over 3G and via other iOS and Android devices. Okay, so it's now installed in what will be the baby room. All we have to simulate a baby is this teddy bear. There's 3 doors between us and this bedroom. All of them are shut, and this bedroom is upstairs. It's functioning fine. So if we can zoom in on Teddy. I'm not quite sure why it does this. Actually, that didn't even zoom in, did it? Maybe I have to... Okay, let me jump to the manual, back in a sec. Okay, zooming does work. It's a digital zoom, not an optical zoom, which is a shame, but I suppose in a camera that size you're not going to get an optical zoom. So we select zoom, down, and then just leave it. And there we go. So it's not the best zoom, but then I don't think you would really need to zoom in, especially if you've got the camera positioned in a sensible place. I'd probably have it higher up on the wall, so you've got more of a wide angle shot of the cot and the baby. However, I suppose if you were going on holiday, staying around friends, you won't have the time to position it correctly, so the zoom may be helpful. Other than that, it's working very well. Right, I'm going to go and try and set up the internet connectivity. Be back soon. Okay, so we've got the Hubble app installed. I've already created my account, so we click plus to add a camera. Plug in and switch on camera. Wait for 1 minute for it to warm up. When the LED blinks, start to continue. Okay, let's try that. Trying to detect camera. I probably need to go and push the pair button. So let me run upstairs and do that. Okay, that was pretty painless. Camera detected. Give it a name. Let's call it Baby's Bedroom. Right, the main unit is now whinging that there's no connection to the camera. Oh, the main unit has now come back on. This still says checking camera. Right, back soon. Okay, the phone has just errored. Please stay close to the camera and retry. So I'm going to go back upstairs and do this whole procedure up there. Okay, problem solved. It was all a home Wi-Fi issue. I rebooted the router, rerun the setup procedure, and it worked fine. Now, interestingly, there's two ways to set the camera up. Obviously, it needs to be configured to recognise your home Wi-Fi network. So the method that failed for me earlier was the default method, which it doesn't actually make clear, but it connects to your phone via Bluetooth. Obviously I was upstairs, put it in pairing mode, came back down here, Bluetooth signal lost. So then I did it via Wi-Fi and it all worked fine. So on the phone we open the app, it logs in. We can select Baby's Bedroom. And there we go. So we should see exactly what we see on the main monitor. There we go. Now, nice features about the app. The picture is very clear. It's very good. We can zoom, again, digital only I'm afraid, but you know, it's nice. We can play the melodies. Drive the baby insane. Don't know what's going on here. Okay, we've got the PTZ control, so bit of a delay on those. And this is going out of our network to the cloud servers, back in, and then to the camera, so I suppose it's to be expected. We can talk. Hello? Oh, allow access to the microphone, yes. Hello? Hello? It's probably too faint for you to hear, but yeah, I can hear that. And we can record. And the other thing this does is it detects sound and movement, so it can create a log, and it obviously reads the temperature as well. There we go. There's been some noise at baby's bedroom. You can't, from the looks of it, hear the noise, but you just know it's just a log by the looks of it. And sound on and off. Now one thing you can do, click on edit. Since we're having networking issues again. Ah, sorry, this is how I went into it. So go into settings for the camera. So with its ceiling mount, adjust the volume, go to details, change snapshot. Now that's the image when you access the camera on this app. Firmware version update now. Hubble recommends that you ensure your camera is always up to date using the most up to date firmware. Upgrading the firmware can take a few minutes, so please only click upgrade now at a time suitable for your monitoring needs. Let's upgrade it. Okay. I'll leave this to do its business and we'll be back soon. Okay, so the firmware update's been successful. Camera firmware has been upgraded, blah blah blah, it's rebooting. As we can see, it's back up now on the main device. Okay, now I need to talk my wife into making some baby noises, and we'll see what happens. Back soon. Okay, so my wife is going to be a squealing baby, and we shall see what happens. She's a rubbish squealing baby. I've asked her to cry properly now. Anyway, I think you get the idea. It works quite well. The Wi-Fi is debatable. I've got another timeout on the phone. This main device though, this is good, it is reliable and it doesn't have any of the Wi-Fi issues. I'm going to put a Wi-Fi extender in upstairs anyway, but it just goes to show that the actual Wi-Fi signal strength of the camera isn't particularly good. Overall I'd say, yeah, it's a good product. Other nice features that I've come across since I've been playing around with this is it's actually got a AV out on the side, so you can connect it into your TV. Yeah, it's pretty good. A little stand as well. So that's my review of the Motorola video monitor. And if we go back to the phone, it's finally updated. There's been some noise in baby's room. 4:16. Time now is 4:17, so yeah, that is working. Okay, end of review.